Hello, everyone. Rene Bastarache here, and welcome to our webinar. Today, I'm going to be speaking to you about 12 reasons why anyone would want to spiritual travel or to do spiritual travel or to experience spiritual travel. Okay. So anyways, we're going to have a lot of fun. I figured out discovered the best 12 reasons why you're going to want to try it as well. But before we get started, we always like to see who is the furthest one away. So as we get going through this webinar, if anyone is further than Raluca, who's about 30 feet over there, let me know. We want to see who's the furthest one in this webinar. And please hang around to the end of it because we have a very special offer we're going to give you when this webinar is over. You're going to like it. So why would anyone want to do spiritual travel? So let's see. The first one, it's a lot of fun. It is fun. It's safe. It's easy to do. It's fun. Imagine just sitting in your chair like I am right now, closing your eyes and going through the journey of two lifetimes. I don't say journey of a lifetime. So you can it's a lot of fun. You can travel. Actually, we're talking about spiritual travel, not just past life regression. So you can travel to the past, you can travel to the future, you can go between lives, you can go to parallel lives. There's all kinds of places and things you can do. So if you want to travel, if you want a vacation, you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want to do it from home, this is the way. Think of the souvenirs. And, oh, hey, we got Nick here. Hi, Nick from Taiwan. Oops. Anybody else comes in, I think Nick's going to kind of have beat them. And Nick has very weak internet at home, so I might get bounced. And I'm on the exact opposite of the world. Well, Nick, I'm looking over here at my computer, and it says we're not receiving enough bandwidth for a smooth stream either. So hopefully I won't get bumped. I've had that happen in the middle of a webinar. I just got bumped. So welcome to the group. And anyone else who thinks they can come second furthest from Nick, let us know when you come in. So number one, spiritual travel is fun. Number two, it's informative. Now, how can it be informative? Let's say you're working on a big project, okay, and you're wondering, how is this going to work out? Or you have a job and you're wondering if you're going to get anywhere, or some kind of an investment. You can do, now this isn't an outside of life, within this life, you can use the information, use a script, and go ahead in this life, what they call a present life progression. Go ahead and see how it worked out. You might want to go ahead 5-10 years and find out, well, I don't care how that worked out because here's another great idea will be even better. So the things you can bring back. So that almost sounds like your own little crystal ball, doesn't it? Look into my crystal ball. I kind of like the same thing. It's amazing what you can do. So just go ahead in this life. Number three, I got to go three, okay? It can be therapeutic. Okay. Why do I say that? You know, every 15 minutes of hypnosis is equal to about 4 hours of sleep. So not only have you gone on a great vacation, but if you come back from a past life regression, present life progression, whatever it is, every 15 minutes is equal to about 4 hours of sleep. The average session goes about 20 minutes, half an hour, sometimes 3/4 of an hour. So you're going to come back refreshed, relaxed, and having just had a great journey. Where are we at? Number 4. See how we're moving right along? It can be enlightening. Do you ever had certain feelings about different places? Why does this place feel familiar? You can go to a past life where maybe you experienced that place, maybe in the past. Maybe whenever you drive by, if you're in Rome, drive by the Colosseum, you always feel, that's home. Or you always feel like, oh, I feel terrible. Maybe you were in that Colosseum on the wrong end of the sword. You never know. But going to past life regressions is kind of an eye-opener. Wow, I've been here before. Or, oh, that helps me understand why I feel this way or why that happened. It can give you closure. Okay, now what can give you closure? We're talking about spiritual travel, but we have a course, a past life course, and in that course, we also teach contacting spirits. So that's kind of a journey too. So I include contacting spirits in my spiritual travel realm. We had a woman a few years ago, we were doing a group contacting spirits in a school. Actually, it was in a junior high school. And we had about 15 people there. And we did the group session. After the group session, we all come together and talk about our experiences going around the room. It's amazing. That's the most fun out of the whole thing, is seeing what everyone experienced during the same session. Anyways, this one woman, I guess she had lost her son. He was pronounced dead. I believe it was a merchant marine. No one knew what happened to him, and she never heard anything, so she didn't have closure. And I noticed that in the middle of the session, everyone, you watch their faces, and this woman, tears were coming down her eyes, down her cheeks. And when she came out of the session, she says, I had a neat experience. I was in the kitchen, she says, and my son came running in the house just like he always used to, opened the refrigerator door, grabbed the soda, and he looked at me and said, Hi, Mom. I wanted to let you know I'm okay. Everything's fine. Love you, Mom. And she was crying. It gave her the closure, don't worry about me type thing. And it was kind of a tearjerker. Everyone was kind of, amazed with it, but it helped her out a lot. So you can get closure. You can learn about yourself. Would you ever thought of who I was before I came here? Were you a baker? Were you, how does that say, a baker, a cook? I can't remember how that goes, candlestick maker. There's some kind of rhyme. I'm not good at my nursery rhymes. I should have listened more when I was a child. But who were you? I remember one gentleman I hypnotized a while back, and he always felt in this life like he just couldn't make it, like he wasn't good enough, like he was always on a losing end. And he was ex-military. And in 3 previous lives, he was also not so much military, but kind of like in security. One, he was an ancient times, he was some kind of a warrior or an Indian, and a larger group overran them, and he lost. He felt like he lost. And then another group, he was another life. He was, again, an Indian, native Indian, and he was in a small tribe, and larger tribes took over, and he was security, and he was killed right away. And so it was always down, always running. And there was a third life that was similar. And so it's kind of like, can you see routine going on here? Okay, you always seem to not be big enough, not be strong enough, and you're going through the same things, and you're getting down and depressed. So it kind of was enlightening. It was therapeutic, and he learned a lot about himself, why he feels that way. Number 7. Already 7 of 12. It can explain your relationships. Who were people? Now, in one of our basic past life regression sessions, actually a lot of them that we do, is when people come up to you, you ask them, I'll ask them things like, look in that person's eyes. Do they remind you of someone from this life? Or, and at the death scene, when you're passing away, we take you through a death scene, very comfortable though. You find out what you died of and who came to see you at the last moments and how they felt about you. Can you imagine being able to see who's around you at your own funeral and what they're saying? So in the next life, you'll be able to do that with this one. And so while you're there, you're able to see, my best friend was actually my wife now. Or this person was my son. Or this person that I really, really hated happens to be my next door neighbor. So it helps you to understand why you have feelings. It carried over. They say you go with the same groups of spirits from one life to another, but not always the same thing. Your mother might have been your grandfather, might have been someone else. And hello, Rui. Rui just came in. Rui America, a truck driving friend from the East Coast. And Raluca is saying, ask questions about the topic. Make sure you ask them here. Oh, she's telling you that. I thought she was telling me. Yeah, if you have any questions about this kind of spiritual travel, go ahead and ask them. And hopefully we can answer them. So let's see. So you can get to find out, with your relationships, maybe you were soulmates with the person you're with now, before, find out where you knew them. Number 8, it can answer a lot of mysteries. You ever had deja vu feelings? Okay, feelings that you knew something before, you've been someplace before, or wow, I'm really good with this bow and arrow. Why is that? Or why does music come naturally to you? Again, you may have experienced it before. You may have been a professional musician before. So it's interesting to find out those things as well. How about being able, this is an interesting one, this is something we've started doing in the last few years, learning from yourself. According to quantum physics, okay, every thought that you have, every major decision that you make, okay, you make one path, but the other path created a parallel life. So if you want to learn about, do a little study on parallel lives, you'll see they're pretty interesting. So each one of us probably has thousands of parallel lives. So one of them, maybe you did get married to this person, one of them you didn't. One of them you went for that job, the other one you didn't. Maybe one of them you're a professional public speaker and the other one you're not, So how would you like to go to somebody's lives where you made the other choice and to learn from yourself, see what you did? Matter of fact, I know of a gentleman that has done a lot of things this way. He went to a life where he was an artist. He learned a lot about art. He came back from his session and he started doing a lot of painting, something he's never done before, but he saw how good he was in the other life. And he started doing it here. And matter of fact, he even has some pieces in a local museum there where he is. He learned a lot about music from himself in another life, came back and started to learn about music. So you might find yourself having taken a path that maybe you always wanted to, but you decided not to. Why not learn from yourself? Kind of commune with yourself. So that's another interesting area you can get into. Number 10. Now, if you're into the whole karma thing, you can use past life regressions, future life progression to repair your karma. Go to your future life, find out where you are, what you are, who you are, and learn from that one. If you're not where you want to be, you can work on your karma in this one. Of course, the whole idea of karma is if you have good karma, you're going to progress from life to life, have a better life each time. What were you in a past life? Were you a mouse? Were you a person? Did you have a really rough life? Is this one any better? What can you do? Go to a past life and look at the type life you lived. Usually at the end of a past life, you have like a moral to the story. What was the moral to the story? Well, I was really angry with people. You learn and try to be better with people now. And you can test it by going to the next one and see how you did. Isn't it neat to have that, I call it a dipstick, or that litmus test to find out how things are? Okay, so that's karma. You can repair your karma to go ahead. And number 11 is you can get wisdom from the ages. Okay, and we're talking about contacting spirits again. Okay, we create a place where you can go to, and you go to that place, a safe room, and you can invite the spirit of anyone who has ever existed to come over and speak to. You can have relatives, friends, departed loved ones, and just talk to them, see what's going on. Maybe they can give you advice. Or how about inviting someone who is very famous? I once heard of this gentleman who invited the spirit of Henry David Thoreau. He wanted to speak to Thoreau because he was an aspiring writer, and he wanted to get all kinds of advice. Now, keep in mind, if you invite someone in, just because you invited them, they might not tell you what you want to hear, because Thoreau told him in so many words, don't give up your day job. You're not very good. Okay, maybe he wasn't, but with that, he felt like, well, I'm not going to keep on wasting time doing this, and he could put his energy into something else where he can probably progress. So let's see. I don't know if I'd like having Thoreau tell me I'm not very good. I'd say, is there anybody else out there? Come on in. And number 12, this is one of the most interesting, I think, of all of them, is you can get a glimpse of home. What home is really like. Not this home, but the ultimate home. Life between lives. Usually you start out with a past life to get experience with it, because life between lives is a little bit deeper brainwave state you need to be at to experience that. But life between lives is probably the most euphoric place you can go to while on this earth while in this body. So experiencing these type of travel, it's probably the most euphoric place you could be. It's a place of relaxation, place of reflection. Matter of fact, with most of the travel we do, past life, present life, future life, we like to, towards the end of it, have you go through a door to this place of relaxation and rest. And we don't tell you it's actually life between lives. It's home. You're going home for a little while to dwell on the journey you just had, to learn from it, to examine it. Is there anything you can bring back with you? Is there anything from here you can leave there? Any baggage you don't need, any negativity, so you can have a positive life. So you can see those are just 12. I mean, I can go on and on and on. You know that. I'm a talker. So there's lots of things you can learn from different kinds of spiritual travel. Now, I did mention that we had a special offer for you, and I want to talk to you about that right now. And let me go there. We have an actual course that you can take. And oops, that's not the course. That's my, there it is. Past life regression and spiritual travel home study course. Now, this thing is brand new. Yes, we've always had a past life regression course, but this thing was updated and enhanced and everything. Actually, February, I believe, February of this year. It's an online course, so you could take it, you know, in the privacy of your own home, but it has an awful lot. I'm going to just go through it briefly, and we have a special offer for you with it. Okay, and these are just some of the things that it speaks about. And present life progression, future life progression, parallel life travel, contacting spirits, life between lives, conducting sessions online as well as in person. So if you want to do this as a business and do it online through Zoom, you can do it with other people, or even have family from different parts of the country all join in to a session with you. So it has quite a bit. You can see all the different street signs there. I get a kick out of that. Which way do you want to go? So it's like a combination of a spiritual travel agency and a crystal ball all combined. So this is an awesome course, and you can see we've actually done this live before, and this is some of the people who participated. And past life can be used for, we went through a lot of those things, uncovering deja vu and finding your soulmate, your past talents. And so this is all, here's a brief listing. It's actually quite a long listing of all the things included in it. So it's like, you know, okay, we have some testimonials here. If you go to the page just below in the description, you'll see the past life regression sales page, which is what I'm showing you. You can click on these here, and there's some awesome testimonials of people that experienced online sessions as well. I was just doing the session online, and they were experiencing it, and they come back and talk about it. But there's an awful lot of information, and it is a certification course. Now, again, you're going to love the price when I tell you, but this is a certification course where you're certified as a past life regressionist, and also through the AIA, so the ASH and AIA, which means you also get a 1 year's complimentary membership with the AIA if you're not in it already. So that's basically for new students who have signed up. So a nice thing about it, you're saving money on meals, transportation, and hotels from not going to a live class in person. And here's what the complimentary membership has. There's all kinds of things. You can go see that on your own. And basically, the course goes for $399 normally. And right now, we have a webinar special offer offering you $100 off. So it's only $299. And that right here offer ends this Sunday. So you only have a few days. Sunday, May 23rd at midnight. So Sunday, May 23rd at midnight. And how do you order? Right there. Click here to order now. Click on that button. It goes to it, and you will have this course. So go ahead and get yours now for 25% off. It's $100 off. Normally $399, now just $299, and that's till Sunday. Now, for those of you that see the videos after Sunday, believe me, the course is well worth $399. Just think of all the vacations you're going to be able to have by traveling all over spiritually. It's a hoot. Like I said, we've been doing this for many years. It's probably the most enjoyable time I've ever had with hypnosis is doing group sessions with people, doing individual sessions, learning from people. So go ahead, you'll see the link right below this video to our past life course, and the special is on, and it starts right now. And let's see. All right, so with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining, and for those who are going to join. I know there's not a lot of people here right now because guess what? I advertised that we were coming on, and half an hour later I came on. That's just how we do it sometimes. So most people will be seeing this afternoon and tonight. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Share this with any of your friends that you think would enjoy spiritual travel, that are curious about past life and this and that, and they might learn just from the 12 things that you can do with it, 12 reasons why you would want to do it. So go ahead and click on the link below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.